Imagine stepping back in time to a Florida where the ordinary becomes extraordinary through its quirky and sometimes baffling legal history. Welcome to Crazy Florida Laws Uncovered, where we explore the fascinating regulations that once governed life in the Sunshine State. Join us as we uncover the top 10 most curious laws that reveal the unexpected quirks of Florida's past. Number 10. Women in bathing suits. From the 1920s to the 1950s, modesty laws in Florida required women to wear conservative swimwear on the state's beaches. These laws were part of a broader trend in the United States aimed at promoting public decency. Women were often required to cover their bodies from shoulders to knees, with beach patrols enforcing these regulations, sometimes even measuring the length of swimsuits to ensure compliance. This era marked a fascinating intersection of evolving social norms and the state's burgeoning tourism industry. Public debates and occasional protests often erupted over these modesty laws, highlighting the struggle for women's rights and bodily autonomy. Over time, these regulations were relaxed, reflecting the gradual liberalization of societal attitudes towards women's fashion and personal freedom. The enforcement of these modesty laws also had an impact on swimwear fashion design. Designers began to create swimsuits that cleverly adhered to the modesty requirements while still offering style and functionality. This period saw the birth of more creative swimwear, with innovative designs that balanced modesty with the emerging desire for more freedom and comfort. As these laws began to relax, the evolution of swimwear continued, eventually leading to the diverse and stylish options available today, illustrating the lasting influence of historical regulations on fashion trends. Number 9. Hairdryer Regulations. In the 1950s and 1960s, Florida introduced specific regulations regarding the use of hairdryers in salons to ensure the safety of both customers and salon workers. Reflecting a growing awareness of electrical safety during that era, these laws mandated regular inspections and proper maintenance of salon equipment to prevent overheating and electrical fires. These regulations not only helped prevent accidents, but also played a crucial role in professionalizing the beauty industry, setting an example that other states would follow in improving workplace safety in the personal care sector. Interestingly, the implementation of these hairdryer regulations also spurred innovations within the beauty industry. Manufacturers began to design safer, more efficient hairdryers to meet the new standards, leading to advancements that benefited consumers nationwide. The heightened focus on safety and technology during this time helped pave the way for the modern, high-performance hair care appliances we use today, demonstrating how regulatory measures can drive industry-wide progress. Number 8. Horse theft. During the 1800s to early 1900s, horse theft was a serious crime in Florida, reflecting the essential role horses played in daily life and commerce. Laws against horse theft were stringent, with severe penalties for offenders, including long prison sentences or even execution. Horses were invaluable for transportation, farming, and trade, making their theft a significant threat to individuals' livelihoods. The harsh penalties underscored the economic and social value of these animals, illustrating the lengths to which societies went to protect vital resources in an agrarian economy. The severity of horse theft penalties also gave rise to a network of vigilance committees and informal pauses dedicated to apprehending horse thieves. Communities often took the protection of their livestock into their own hands, fostering a spirit of collective responsibility and local justice. This grassroots approach to law enforcement not only strengthened communal bonds, but also contributed to the development of more organized policing methods in rural areas, leaving a legacy of community-driven security that resonates in small towns to this day. Number 7. Spitting in public. In the early 1900s, Florida, like many other states, implemented laws against spitting in public as part of public health efforts to curb the spread of diseases, particularly tuberculosis. Violators faced fines or other penalties as cities sought to improve urban sanitation and reduce the transmission of infectious diseases. This law represents an early example of public health initiatives aimed at promoting cleanliness and hygiene in crowded urban environments. The anti-spitting laws also encouraged a cultural shift towards more hygienic practices, contributing to the broader movement towards modern public health standards. Beyond its immediate health benefits, the anti-spitting campaign also became a significant public education effort. Posters, pamphlets, and public speeches were used to inform citizens about the dangers of spitting and the importance of personal hygiene. These educational initiatives helped to raise public awareness about disease prevention and played a crucial role in the early development of public health policies. The success of these campaigns demonstrated the power of informed citizenry in combating health crises, a lesson that remains relevant in today's public health strategies. Number 6. Public displays of affection. From the late 1800s to the mid-1900s, laws limiting public displays of affection were in place across Florida to maintain public decency and moral standards. Couples caught kissing or engaging in other forms of affectionate behavior in public could be fined or even arrested. These regulations reflect the conservative social values of the time and illustrate the shifting boundaries of personal freedom and societal norms. As social attitudes evolved, these laws gradually fell out of favor, leading to more relaxed norms around public displays of affection. The enforcement of these laws often sparked public outcry and legal challenges, providing a platform for discussions about personal freedoms and societal expectations. Debates in local newspapers and town meetings highlighted the tension between traditional values and emerging social liberties. These public dialogues not only influenced the gradual relaxation of such laws, but also contributed to the broader civil rights movements of the 20th century, emphasizing the role of public opinion and activism in shaping legislative changes. Number 5. Blue Laws, Sunday Laws. Blue laws, also known as Sunday laws, have been a part of Florida's legal landscape since the 1800s, persisting in various forms until the mid to late 1900s. These laws restricted certain activities on Sundays to encourage religious observance and provide a uniform day of rest for the community. Common prohibitions included the sale of alcohol, operating businesses, and engaging in recreational activities. Over time, enforcement of blue laws faced increasing challenges as society became more diverse and secular, leading to their gradual relaxation and eventual repeal. The impact of blue laws extended beyond religious observance, significantly influencing the rhythm of daily life and commerce. Businesses had to adapt their operations, leading to unique work-week structures and influencing consumer behavior. As these laws relaxed, the resulting economic and social shifts helped pave the way for the modern 24/7 economy. The gradual repeal of blue laws reflects broader societal shifts towards inclusivity and economic pragmatism, demonstrating the dynamic interplay between legislation, culture, and economic development. Number 4. Bar closing times. In the early to mid-1900s, Florida implemented strict bar closing times, often requiring establishments to close early on weekends due to blue laws. These regulations aim to maintain public order and promote sobriety, particularly in light of the temperance movement. Bars were typically required to close by midnight or earlier, with exceptions occasionally made for special events. As cultural norms shifted and the nightlife economy grew, these laws were gradually relaxed, allowing for longer operating hours. The regulation of bar hours also fostered a unique social dynamic, with last call becoming a significant cultural event. Patrons and bar owners alike developed customs and rituals around closing times, influencing the nightlife culture of the era. The eventual relaxation of these laws not only extended nightlife activities, but also contributed to the growth of the entertainment industry. Today, the evolution of bar closing times reflects a broader societal shift towards a more vibrant and diverse nighttime economy, enhancing social and cultural life in urban areas. Number 3. Alimony and marriage. Florida's laws regarding alimony and marriage were particularly strict from the 1800s to the mid-1900s, requiring men to pay alimony after divorce to provide financial support to women who were often homemakers. The evolution of alimony laws mirrors broader changes in gender equality and the economic independence of women. As more women entered the workforce and societal views on marriage shifted, alimony laws were reformed to reflect these new realities. These alimony laws also sparked significant legal battles and reforms that contributed to the women's rights movement. High-profile divorce cases often drew public attention, highlighting the economic disparities between genders and fueling demands for more equitable laws. This period of legal evolution not only improved financial security for divorced women, but also helped to promote broader societal changes towards gender equality in various aspects of life, including employment, education, and legal rights. Number 2. Fishing restrictions. Throughout Florida's history, various fishing laws have been enacted to protect natural resources and ensure sustainable practices. Specific regulations appeared in the early to mid-1900s, addressing issues such as overfishing, the use of certain fishing gear, and the protection of endangered species. These laws aim to balance the economic benefits of fishing with the need to preserve marine ecosystems for future generations. The implementation of these fishing restrictions also fostered a culture of conservation among local communities. Educational programs and partnerships between government agencies and fishermen promoted sustainable practices and environmental stewardship. This collaborative approach not only helped preserve Florida's rich marine biodiversity, but also ensured the long-term viability of fishing industries. The success of these initiatives highlights the importance of community involvement in environmental conservation, setting a precedent for modern ecological efforts. Number 1. Prohibition Laws. During the National Prohibition era from 1920 to 1933, Florida, like the rest of the United States, banned the manufacture, sale, and transport of alcohol to reduce crime, improve public health, and promote moral behavior. However, these laws also led to unintended consequences, such as the rise of illegal speakeasies, bootlegging, and organized crime. The eventual repeal of Prohibition in 1933 marked the end of a tumultuous period and the beginning of more regulated yet legal alcohol consumption practices. Prohibition also had a significant impact on Florida's economy and culture. The clandestine nature of speakeasies and bootlegging operations created a vibrant underground scene, contributing to the state's folklore and shaping its reputation as a hotspot for illicit activities. The era's legacy is still evident today in the form of historic bars and cultural references, reminding us of a time when creativity and defiance flourished under restrictive laws. The story of Prohibition in Florida underscores the complexities of legislating morality and the unintended cultural shifts that such efforts can provoke. That wraps up our adventure through some of Florida's most captivating and unusual laws. If you enjoyed uncovering these quirky historical regulations with us, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more curated lists ranging from the top 5 must-sees to the top 20 deep dives across various destinations. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to explore more in our next video.